You're listening to the Doctor Is In podcast, brought to you by MartinClinic.com. During the episode, the doctors share a lot of information. As awesome as the info may be, it is not intended to diagnose, cure, treat, or prevent any disease. It's strictly for informational purposes.
Good morning, everyone. We are going to talk about fat. Now, I'm going to teach you something this morning. If you don't know this, you won't forget it. Okay? You won't forget it. Okay? The word doctor means teacher, so teach. And I want to make it very, very simple. I'm going to divide fat up this morning. And then I get you guys, when you understand this, you'll never forget it. Now, couple of things, okay? A couple of things before we get started. Well, I see a lot of cancer patients every year. I give them counsel, give them nutritional guides. You know, listen, why is it that in this day and age, especially, that there's not integrated medicine, okay? Integrated medicine. Meaning that, look, you got cancer and you're doing chemo or radiation or whatever, and why in God's name is nutrition not talked about? You know, I always say, like, go over to the cancer center. They have Tim Hortons in there. And look, guys, I get it. It's a business. They got a Tim Hortons in there, and I got no problem with people drinking coffee, but not donuts. If you have cancer, the last thing in the universe you should be eating is a donut or a muffin. A Tim Hortons muffin's got 8 teaspoons of sugar. We talked about that yesterday, about sugar and feeding cancer. So they say, well, that's a myth, okay, on this sheet. There is no direct link between sugar intake and cancer risk, okay? Every cell in your body needs glucose, it says. Yeah, I know. But your body will make glucose, if it needs it, out of steak. Oh, I go crazy. Anyway, why isn't there the best of both worlds? Ideally, but there's so much politics, there's so much nonsense. You know, for a doctor of any kind to say that nutrition's not important in cancer, cardiovascular, or whatever, is craziness. Anyway, because I've talked to you about it in the past, and I wanted to show you that they actually produced this sheet, and we're handing it out to patients. One of the things that used to be at the cancer center in Sudbury was Dr. Martin's Perfect Smoothie for cancer. Yeah, they used to hand it out because it was pretty popular over there. Okay, and welcome. Okay, let's talk about fat. Now, let me start off with this, okay? Breast milk. Now, I don't think there's anybody that is listening this morning that would disagree that breast milk is probably nature's greatest food, right? I mean, certainly for babies, they've proven this 1,000 times over. A breastfed baby is by far exactly, you know, because I'm going to tell you something, okay? I'm just going to show you how old I am, okay? Because what was happening in the 1950s and the 1960s, okay? And then it sort of lost its edge in around the 1980s, okay? But for 30 years or so in here, there was a real push, just show you how powerful the food industry is. They actually started off by saying, you know what? Breast milk can be easily replaced with something better, and that is formula. It actually happened, guys. Mothers were being duped by the food industry, and I'm not kidding you. In their advertisements, that formula was better and more complete than breast milk. I'll just want to show you how powerful the food industry is. And, you know, we didn't have mass advertising like it has today, but it had. And actually, there was a lot of women who'd never breastfed their babies because of that nonsense that came out in that 30-year period there. And now it's completely reversed because I think a lot of it has to do with the internet and whatever. Like mummies, or before they have baby, before the baby is born, they're looking up and they go, yeah, no, breast milk. How can you replace that? But the biggest thing in breast milk, do you know what it is? Fat. Yeah, fat. Okay, fat. You want to develop a baby's brain? You need fat. Yeah, fat. Someone calls you fathead, take it as a compliment. Your brain is made up of fat. Now I am going to give you a little lesson in fat, okay? Now, there's generally 3 types of fat, okay? There's animal fat, there are plant fats, and there's man-made fats, okay? I'm writing a book right now and I'm talking about the 3 kingdoms of food, okay? In God's kingdom, divided into 2, the animal, plants, and then there's man-made food, okay? And in fat, there's animal fat, there is plant fats, and there's man-made fats. Now, guess which one is no good for you? Okay, this is the first question on the exam. Guess which one is no good for you? Man-made. It ain't good. Man-made fat. There are trans fats, man-made. Go into your grocery store and go in the middle aisles of your grocery store, and from crackers to muffins to cereals to you name it, if there's any fat in there, it's man-made. And you know what it is? It's generally made out of soybean oil, or safflower oil, or sunflower oil. And these are man-made oils. You could run your car on them. They are so synthetic. And those oils have omega-6. So there's a fat in there. They're omega-6s. Now, let's come back to the other 2 kingdoms. In the animal kingdom, what is a healthy fat? Cholesterol. It's only found in the animal kingdom. It's not found in the plant kingdom. And the other day we talked about that. Why you need cholesterol. Why is cholesterol the boogeyman when you need it? You can't live without cholesterol. Why are everybody trying to lower cholesterol? It's what makes my hair gray. It gave me a gray beard. Why is everybody trying to lower cholesterol? You need cholesterol. Every cell in your body is cholesterol. We talked about cholesterol the other day. Cholesterol, ladies, you can't even have a hormone without cholesterol. God doesn't trust you enough. 85% of your cholesterol comes out of your liver. Your liver makes it. 15% comes out of your diet, and it has to be out of animal fat. It's not found in the plant kingdom. And this is one of the reasons that vegans and vegetarians or whatever, they say, well, don't eat animal food. You're going to elevate your cholesterol. Yeah. And you want to elevate your cholesterol. You can't live without cholesterol, for heaven's sakes. Oh, Dr. Martin, my cholesterol is high. Good. It's good for you. They made it the boogeyman to sell drugs in cahoots with the food industry. Oh, don't eat bacon and eggs. What are you eating bacon and eggs for? That's no good. It's full of cholesterol and bad fat. Look at all the fat on the bacon. It ain't any good for you. Liar, liar, pants on fire. That's what they were. The food industry and the drug industry are liars, liars, pants on fires. Yes, you need it. Okay, so let me make another division. Are you taking notes? In the animal kingdom, you have mainly, like you have cholesterol, right? You have cholesterol, and you have 2 fats, 2 other fats. They're called DHA and EPA, okay? DHA is the long chain fatty acid. So all of these things are fatty acids, okay? Medicine, they always use big words. That's to keep you confused. But let's simplify it. Fat is fatty acids. So when you see acid at the end, don't even think about acid. Just fat. Fatty acids. DHA is the long chain fatty acid. EPA is a fairly long chain fatty acid, but not as long as DHA. Okay? Now we'll talk about this in a sec. I'll come back to it. Now let's go over to, so we talked about the man-made fats. They are long chain, they are short chain fatty acids. They're short. And they are, some of them are trans fats. Some of them are like made from soybean oil and safflower and all that. Anytime you see a vegetable oil, stay away from it. It's not good for you. Okay? Now, in the plant kingdom, you have ALA and LA. So when you have nuts or seeds, hemp seed, right? There's fatty acids in there. There's fat, and it's not unhealthy fat. Okay? It's not unhealthy. It's actually good for you. And these are either ALA or LA. Okay? Linoleic acid. Anyway, I don't want to get into the weeds too much because you don't need to know all the names of it if you don't want to. Okay? But just know the little abbreviations. Oh, by the way, let me come back to, I forgot one. Let me come back to the animal kingdom for a second. The other fat in the animal kingdom is specific to dairy. Okay, you know me. I love dairy, I don't like milk. I like breast milk. But I don't like the milk in the grocery stores anymore. Because it's not milk. It's white Pepsi. It's full of sugar. Why? They took the fat out of it. They denatured the dairy fat. But there's a fat in cheese and in dairy that's called CLA. It's actually very good for you. CLA, conjugated linoleic acid. Okay? It's actually very good. So the fats in the animal kingdom are DHA, EPA, and CLA. Okay? In the plant kingdom, you have LA, Los Angeles, and ALA. They're good for you. Okay? ALA is an omega-3, and LA is an omega-6. Got it? Okay. And then there's the man-made stuff. So you understand where I'm coming from? Now let's talk specifically about what your body needs. It's exactly what's in breast milk. What fat is in breast milk? Well, it's from the animal kingdom, right? You got that? Is it EPA or DHA or CLA? It's DHA. DHA. DHA, okay, so when you look at, like, you go to Costco or whatever, you look at an omega-3 capsule, okay? Wherever you want to get it, okay? And you'll see EPA, DHA, because it comes from fish, the animal kingdom, right? It's got two fats, DHA, EPA. Which one is better? DHA. Why? Much more bioavailable. What do I mean by that? Your body needs it and it takes it in. It's longer. The longer the chain, the more your body can absorb it. And this is why when I talk about, I have fish oil every day, high DHA fish oil. You hear the wood up there? I'm trying to turn that into fat. The more fat you have in your brain, the better your brain works. You see, fat has had a bad rap. Fat doesn't, you guys know this, so I'm just going to go over it. Fat doesn't make you fat. You know that. Fat turns to oil in your body. You run out of gas in your car, it's not fun because you could be stuck on the side of the road. but you just put gas in there, right? Fill it up again and your car runs. But never run out of oil. You'll ruin the engine. Never run out of healthy fat, guys. This is why, okay, I'm just going to say it. You can come after me if you want. Grandma, listen to me. Moms, listen to me. There might be a few dads or grandpa, listen. You know your young people today? They're buying this whole nonsense, complete fabrication of being a vegetarian. Netflix has movies on it. Oh, be a vegetarian. It's good for the planet and it's good for you. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Because in the plant kingdom, and I'm not saying plants are no good, but the oil in there is not what your body needs. Although it can use it. Your body needs DHA. Your brain needs DHA. Your immune system needs DHA. The electricity in your brain is made up of DHA. And when people are eating fat-free, see what happened? In my lifetime, I watched it happen. In my lifetime, I watched it happen. Don't eat animal fat. That's no good for you. Olive oil. Now, everybody in the planet, everybody, and especially about 10 years ago, talked about the Mediterranean diet, how good it was for you. And one of the reasons they said they eat fish, true, and they love olive oil. Well, so do I. I love olive oil. What's in olive oil that makes it so good for you? It's another acid, another fat, right? It's a saturated fat. That's what it is. It's a fairly long chain. Some have dubbed it omega-9. But what oil is in there? What makes olive oil so good for you? Good for your heart. Everybody says it, even doctors. This is good for your heart. This is good for your brain. And olive, by the way, is not a vegetable. It's a fruit. So it's not a vegetable oil. Although you don't put olive in a fruit salad, do you? But it's a fruit. But it's good for you. Everybody agrees. What's the name of it? I've talked about polyphenols are in here. Okay? But that's not the name of the fat. Omega, yeah, I'm telling you, it is an omega. Cholesterol, yes. Omega-3, DHEA, nope. Unsaturated, yes. But what is the name of it? Oleic acid. Guys, I had oleic acid this morning. What did I eat that had oleic acid in, just like olive oil, that made olive oil famous? Bacon. So when you knock bacon, you're knocking olive oil. Why wouldn't you have... I like bacon more. I like this stuff. I do. I do. But why wouldn't I have bacon instead of this? It's the same oil. Guys, you see how the world has lied to you? Don't eat bacon. Bacon's full of fat. Bacon, ooh, that's terrible stuff for your heart. No, it isn't. What is worse for your heart? Sugar and vegetable oils that are made into a vat and are highly industrialized, that are found in cookies and crackers and all that garbage, unless you make it. Hydrogenated oils. You can run your car on that stuff. When you go for an oil change, ask for, put some safflower oil in my car. It probably would be, it's very synthetic. Guys, did you have your bacon this morning? You see how excited I get? But listen, guys, it's just because I try and there's so much, and I don't, guys, listen, I want you to ask questions. Ask questions. That's why we have the Martin Clinic Facebook group, private Facebook group. Why do we do that? Ask your questions. We're answering as much as we try and answer. You know how much time we spend a day on that Facebook group so we can answer your questions? I got no problem answering your questions. But we're trying to take out the nonsense. Dr. Mark, my doctor told me because my cholesterol is high to quit eating steak and bacon and not too many eggs. I had a lady boast the other day. I only have 2 eggs a week. Why would you do that? I try and have about 50 eggs a week because eggs have healthy fat. I need to replace the wood up here with fat. I don't want to outlive my brain, guys. I don't want to outlive my brain. So you ladies, what do you like? Oh, I like chicken and salad. Yeah? Well, at least make sure you're putting some bacon bits on there. And then some olive oil and vinegar. Don't use those crappy salad dressings. If you insist on eating glorified grass, that's what I call salad. It's glorified grass. Oh, Dr. Martin, the cows need that. Yeah, the cows got 4 stomachs. You got 1. Anyway, don't get me going on salad. Why eat salad when you can have a steak? Okay, but let's come back now. Just come back. I want to come back to the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom for a bit. Okay? The animal kingdom, DHA, okay? EPA, CLA. In the animal kingdom, those 3 fats. In the plant kingdom, you have ALA and LA. LA is 6, and all the vegetable oils are omega-6. See, one of the things that's happening in our society today, what's one of the biggest causes of inflammation, is the imbalance between omega-3 fatty acids and omega-6 fatty acids. Omega-6 fatty acids, like if you're having LA in the plant kingdom, like nuts and seeds and things like that, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's some ALA. There's ALA, so you can get some omega-3. The problem is, okay, just telling you what, it's good for you. But today, because of the vegetable oils, the omega-6 has gone way up. Some doctors are saying that it's a 30-to-1 ratio between omega-6 and omega-3. 30-to-1. It was never meant to be, because if you're not eating enough animal product and you're eating all that man-made fats, all man-made fats are omega-6s. And they're bad, man. In that ratio, they have to be like about 3-to-1. I know mine is a lot better than that because I eat a lot of animal fat. Lots of it. And DHA. I have DHA every day. And that fat, by the way, is not only good for your brain, it's good for your heart. Yeah. Because if you got fat around your heart, you know what that is? It's sugar. Sugar turns to bad fat. Crappy carbs turn to bad fat in your liver. Remember, your liver is a suitcase. This is why I talk about the reset. The reset is so good because I empty your body of all omega-6s. I empty your body of it. You're emptying your liver. Your liver is a suitcase. It's the Costco parking lot. It's full of fat from sugar. You see, sugar gets stored as fat in the liver. And that's why there's so much fatty liver today. It's the scourge of society because it's part of diabetes. Before you become a diabetic, you get fatty liver. 100%. Because you're eating the wrong fats. You're eating the man-made fat. Plus, you're eating all that sugar. Not you. You follow me. You know where I come from. Guys, this is science. So am I saying that nuts and seeds are no good for you? Nope, I'm not saying that. But for 1 month, 4 weeks, you don't have any of that. Because I only want you to have long chain fatty acids for a month. There's a reason I do this. And you can have cheese because it's got CLA. And you can have eggs. Eggs, meat, and cheese. That's why I come from there. Because this is what your body needs. Breast milk. Think about it. Breast milk. Your body's not looking. A little baby is not looking for even ALA. It's not bad, but the baby needs DHA. That's what's in mama's milk, DHA. Because the baby's forming. The baby's brain is forming. I tell you, it's one of the issues today in autism, in ADD and ADHD and all these cognitive problems. There's not enough healthy fat in our diets today. There's not enough because people in general are drinking the Kool-Aid of fat makes me fat, fat gives me cholesterol, and fat isn't good for me. And they've replaced all that with man-made fat, the meatless burgers. Ooh, you want to see Dr. Martin? Blood pressure rise? Talk to me about a meatless burger. And my heart, I get atrial fib just talking about it. What garbage. Funny though, isn't it? I did tell you, I'm going to finish with this. Funny, isn't it? That go to the grocery store, right? You're going for toilet paper, aren't you? But during this time, go to the grocery store. They're running out of meat, but they ain't running out of the meatless craze stuff, the packaged vegetarian stuff. Guys, I wouldn't feed that to my dog. And I mean it. Garbage. High in omega-6, bad fats, soybean oil. Garbage. Terrible stuff. There, you heard it first on... I know I'm going against what people... You know what, guys? You know what? Like, I got the can't help it, so I gotta tell you the truth. And I know I'm gonna get people coming after me. I can't help myself. So there's the teaching today. I hope you enjoyed it. Love you guys. Back tomorrow, God willing. And you guys stay safe. Don't stay home. I'm putting it on my window. You know where everybody got stay home? Well, don't stay home. Get outside. You need to get outside. Please. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.
You've reached the end of another Dr. Is In podcast with your hosts, Dr. Martin Jr. and Sr. Be sure to catch our next episode, and thanks for listening.